What's up, everybody? Your boy Joey Work. We're back. I got my guy Big T with me. What's going on, Big T?
Back home, and any show that picks winners at the pace Joey Work picks winners, I like to join because I like winners. I like winning the giblets. So I got no choice but to come on with my boy Joey Work.
Yeah, I mean,
What are you like 20-2 the last week on YouTube plays? Every freaking play you give out, I bet, and you win.
Yeah, 15-3, pending the San Diego Padres first five. They need 2 outs, 6-2 game here, 2 men on. So you get 2 outs.
While we're on here, let's just bring it in while we're live.
Yeah, that's right. Let's ship it. Make it 16-3 on YouTube plays. This is a Wednesday play where I go through I'll go through the whole list of games for tomorrow on my Wednesday night shows. And last 3 Wednesday night shows, undefeated 9-0 on best bets. So we're here. I'm ready to go. Obviously, you don't want to miss out on the winners to get all our content every day of the week, including best bets. Access to us 24/7 on the Discord. RunPureBets.com. Use code BETS 25% off to get 25% off your first month because you don't want to miss out on all the winners that I give away in the private Discord and on the spreadsheet every single day past these 2 YouTube shows I do. So shout out to chat already. We already got a good amount of people in here. Adam Rednick, Fatneck, Austin Liggett, Jersey 007. Keep up the good work, Mojo. Big T with the good mojo. That's right. All right.
Well, that's all it is. Anywhere that Joey Work is good mojo.
That's right. I'm in a hotel here, banging out. Ready to go. All right, so first game.
Have you ever had like a losing week in baseball? I mean, during the World Series, you gave me all the winners. During the playoffs, all the winners. During the regular season, all the winners. Starting this year, all the winners. Like, do you even know what it feels like to pick losers?
Probably not in baseball. No. Baseball is, I've freaking been honing this in, working really hard to provide winners, and they're coming. So I'm really happy. Obviously, the people are happy. We got
how many winners do we need though before you retire headphones with cords on them?
Probably never.
Do we need a few more winners? I need to know a number because I'll pick a few if we can get you some real headphones.
I mean, what are you wearing? You don't got no headphones whatsoever?
Hell no headphones.
Hey, I mean,
I'm headphones for.
I'm in a hotel. The freaking door's right here. If somebody walks by, you can hear the kids screaming.
They're just going to hear winners. I mean, there'll be winners.
Padres first 5. You're right. They're going to hear winners. Cash the Padres first 5. That's 16-3 on my YouTube plays in 2021 for baseball. Let's go. We're going to keep it going today. All right, so first game is Yankees Orioles. Yankees minus 170, under over set at 9.5. Obviously, the Yankees are rolling right now. Offense is starting to hit. They just need to face the shitty Indian squad and now an even worse Orioles team. Get some confidence, turn this shit around. Jordan Montgomery going for the Yankees. He has over a 5 ERA last year, but his 3.65 xFIP shows he's much better than that number. He did limit exit velocity and was in the top 5% of all starters in that category last year. So obviously his numbers, his back-end numbers are definitely better than the surface ones. This year he has a 4.57 ERA, 1.02 WHIP, 23 strikeouts, 7 walks across 21 2/3 innings. He did pitch against this Baltimore team, his first start of the year, April 5th. 6 scoreless, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts. Jorge Lopez going for the Orioles. I mean, this dude stinks. He came over from Kansas City, 17 2/3 innings. This year he's given up 16 earned runs, almost a run per inning, 6 total homers, equates to an 8.15 ERA. His advanced numbers are a little better than that, but a 6.23 ERA, 5.35 FIP the last 3 years. That's not going to get it done in the majors. He's got the worst hard hit rate out of all starters going tomorrow. Yankees obviously have the better offense and better bullpen of the two, and the Orioles are short on the bench. Freddie Galvis is hurt, and Anthony Santander are both hurt, but they don't want to put them on the DL because they said they're only going to be out this series, so they're unavailable. So they literally have 2 guys off the bench. With that said, I'm very confident in I'll lay the 1.5 even with the Yankees tomorrow because they're going to get to Jorge Lopez early, and I think Montgomery probably pitches well. The Yankees bullpen is rested. The big hogs can go, pitch 7, 8, 9 if need be tomorrow, and they should win the game. Out of their 11 wins, only 3 have been less than a 1.5. So when they get it done, they score runs. So I'll take one of my best bets will be Yankees minus 1.5.
Yeah, I mean, I've been waiting all year for this Yankees offense to get going. the last 2 days, they finally got going. We've seen this from the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. When the Yankees get hot, you ride them. When they get cold, you fade them. And in baseball, I know a lot of people don't believe in hot streaks. You played baseball. I played tons of sports, not necessarily baseball at a very high level, but I played sports. Hot streaks exist. I believe in it. I believe in BVP too, but that's a different discussion. When teams get hot like the Yankees, I'm going to ride them. And whether they win or lose, I'm still going to ride it until they get cold again. And when they get cold, I'll probably go the other way and fade them a little bit. But they pounded Baltimore. They got it going. There's no way I'm not playing the Yankees tomorrow. Love the call. I'd probably like the over too a little bit. What's it, 9.5? I mean, I think they score some runs. We might see a double-digit Yankees score tomorrow. I think they're going to get these sticks going. They gave Judge – what was the deal with Judge today? Did he just get a day off?
Yeah, probably. He did come out the game before in, I think, the 9th inning or 8th inning because he was a little shooken up, but he should be back in there tomorrow. If not, yeah. I mean, it's not
like – it doesn't matter that much to me. I mean, obviously, you'd rather see him in, but baseball doesn't matter all that much with one dude out of the lineup.
Yeah, the market overreacts to one person being out of the lineup for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're both in agreement there. Next game we got is Oakland versus Tampa Bay. Oakland minus 110, under over set at 8. Starting pitching matchup of Chris Bassett versus Sean Mcclanahan. Bassett has good numbers the last 3 years, but I personally am not a big Bassett guy. I don't know. The eye test really doesn't do it for me. His stuff doesn't fully impress me. This year he's got hit. He has a 4.13 ERA over 28 in the third innings. His Tampa bats have been basically non-existent this year, though. And this will be the first time seeing him this year. He's faced both Detroit and Baltimore last 2 times out. They each scored a handful of runs off of him in 6 innings each. Sean Mcclanahan going for the Rays. This will be his first major league start. He did have a 3.17 ERA in 2 minor league seasons, but he hasn't pitched above Double-A. He did actually in the playoffs, I want to say, last year out of the pen, but he hasn't in the regular season. In 2019, he struggled with an 8.35 ERA, 1.96 whip, so he's walking a lot of people. And the ERA obviously up there. I think that was in a short sample size because I'm pretty sure he did get hurt in 2019 as well. He does have a serious fastball, that's for sure. He's hit over 100 miles per hour during spring training. But obviously that with the hard fastball comes the ball's out of the zone. So he does have a problem walking people. As this being his first start of the year, I would definitely imagine him being on a pitch count and probably some nerves going as well. So my lean would be Oakland first 5 and full game, as both these pens are pretty bad, with Tampa Bay definitely being the worst of the 2. What do you think about this game, Big T?
Yeah, I don't have a strong take. I mean, I don't know a ton about whatever this dude Mcclanahan or whatever the hell his name is. I don't have a strong take. If I was going to lean, though, I like both of these pitching staffs more than most. So I'd lean under, I think, for the 8. But as far as the game, I mean, you got the hound, Mr. Bassett, one way, the other dude, Mcclanahan or whatever his name is. I lean under, but as far as the game, I don't have a strong take. I'm not going to just give a take just to give it. So I'll say I lean under, but definitely not a 5-star selection here by any means.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, so next game we got Phillies Cardinals. Phillies favored minus 125, under over set at 7. Aaron Nola versus Kwang Hyun Kim. Nola is arguably the best starter on this slate. Maybe not even arguably, but the last 3 years, 3.66 Sierra, 3.40 xFIP. I mean, his advanced numbers are really good, meaning his service numbers probably back it up. He's been very consistent year after year. And this year again, 31 2/3 innings, 10 earned runs, 32 strikeouts, and a 2.84 ERA. He did have his worst start of the year last start out, but that was in Coors Field. So a nice bounce-back start here versus a Cardinals team in the bottom 10% on-base percentage. And he has historically pitched better at home than on the road. But, I wouldn't take it with a grain of salt because he did pitch against this Cardinals team back on April 18th. Complete game, 2-hit shutout, 10 strikeouts in that game. He's a guy who barely walks anybody, keeps the ball down in the zone. I mean, Kim got his first win out his last start. I think he was pretty good in that start. He held the Reds scoreless until the 6th when Nicky Castellanos hit a solo homer off of him. But through 2 starts, he's allowed 4 runs across 8 2/3 innings, posting 12 strikeouts, a walk. He's another guy who rarely walks anybody. He tries to locate, keeps the off-speed stuff down, and he does have good numbers since coming over from the KBO in 2020. It does look like the Phillies will be out without Bryce Harper. He got hit in the face with a fastball today, so I would prefer to keep these two teams trash bullpens out of it. St. Louis is the worst bullpen in baseball, advanced numbers-wise. Phillies was historically bad last year. They have been somewhat better this year, but I still do not trust them. So my play here would be the first 5 under 4, and that's at -115.
These are those lines I struggle with. I've always struggled with these lines as far as betting because Nola looks like the clear side, and I just don't get the line. It looks so low. I mean, I feel like it should be higher. They're almost giving too much love to the Cardinals. And for whatever reason in my head, I always bet the Cardinals in this spot. And honestly, I don't think it's right. I think it might be a leak in my portfolio or whatever you want to call it, because I always feel like I need to take the sharp side, and sometimes the sharp side isn't going to win. I mean, Nola has just been awesome. I don't like the Cardinals lineup. Like, if you just told me, I'm not looking at the line, I would think it would be like 170 or something towards Nola because of that price. And instead of like going that direction, I always lean the sharp side because the line looks wrong, and I don't know if that's right. So I probably won't bet this game, but is this a 7-inning game? Is that what you said?
No.
So it's only a 7 total. So they're giving this pitcher from the Cardinals a lot of respect, and I just don't think he's that good. So you know what? I'm gonna ride with you, and I'm gonna go with that side.
All right. Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like, is that a leak? I always want to bet that sharp side.
No, I do agree with you, though. I don't think Hyun Kim is that good. He doesn't have an overpowering fastball, which, you kind of need in this day and age for Major League Baseball. But his location is spot on, and he barely walks anybody. And the Phillies lineup, if you take out Bryce Harper out of the lineup, they got about 5 batters, So my play here is definitely under first 5. You're getting total is 7, under first 5 is 4. So they clearly think, that number probably by tomorrow, that number will get bet down to 3.5. And it more than likely would be, even money at 3.5. So if you guys have that out there, I would get on it now.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. We got a decent amount of people in here. Uncle T in the house. Joey Work got the button down on. He's not effing around. Joe Lamb. That's right. Reggae Joe. Ricky Smalls, first day with Run Pure Sports, heard nothing but good things. All right, love to hear it, buddy.
Imagine not trusting a dude wearing a button down in a hotel room at 11:30, picking winners for you guys. Imagine not believing in that. What is that book behind you? What is that? What do you got on the mantle back there? What is that thing?
That's a little Frank Sinatra book.
Yeah, I mean, imagine not trusting a fake Frank Sinatra book in the back of a hotel room. Like, come on. Like, imagine not trusting that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I put that there, but, it looks good. That's the one piece that I put there. The rest was all, from the hotel.
Did you bring it just to put in the backdrop?
Yeah, maybe I did. I brought some lights, too, but, I mean, I don't think I set them up great. I set them up better yesterday, but we're all right.
I'll say what. You look spectacular, though, in the shot. Like, you look good. You look like a dude that picks winners.
I mean, we've been picking winners all fucking year. Excuse my language, but
excuse no language. That's what winners talk like.
You're right. It's 11:30. I got to be up about 5 in the morning, but we're here still picking winners with the people. I'm here every Wednesday. I'm not going to skip a week. We're here. All right.
That's all it is.
Yep. So next game we got is Seattle Mariners, Houston Astros. I don't see a line yet because I'm seeing it. The Astros haven't named a starter, but we do have
like Garcia to me, but it might not be accurate.
Garcia? Who? Luis Garcia?
I think it's that.
I'm seeing Kent Emmanuel.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, whatever.
Let me see. Let me look at this other site. Do you have a line on that game? I'm not even.
No, I don't have a line yet. So
Luis Garcia. Yeah, I'm seeing one of the two. But so Kikuchi, obviously, his advanced numbers are bad the last 3 years. He almost a 5 SIERA, over 300 BABIP, over a 5 FIP. His ERA in his 3 pro seasons is over 5. He has a 5.70 ERA this year entering this matchup. He pitched against his Astros team back on April 16th, 7 innings, 5 earned runs at home. Now he's going on the road. He has like slightly better numbers at home than on the road. Ken Emmanuel, it's looking like – so he pitched after Jake Ordozzi left the game to an injury, and that was – Ordozzi only got 1 out in that game. He left. And then Ken Emmanuel pitched 8 2/3, his first appearance in an MLB game. He picked up the win versus the Angels. He only gave up 2 solo homers to I forgot exactly who was to. Who's plays first base? The old guy.
The old guy.
Yeah. What's his name?
Which team?
The Angels. He's fucking
Pujols.
Pujols. Yeah, Pujols hit a homer, and I forget who the second guy was, but they both hit solo shots off him. He doesn't have really elite stuff though. His fastball and sinker are in the low 90s. He mixes in a slider and a changeup as well. So I definitely expect runs in this game. Definitely, from the Astros for sure, because Kikuchi is going to get hit. They've seen him a good amount of times. Seen him 97 times. They bat ex-Woba 336 versus him. Slugging percentage over 400. FIP in the high 5s. So I definitely expect runs. And Kent more than likely will give up runs too to the Seattle team. So I do lean over, but obviously that's pending who starts, and it's only a lean. You have any looks in this one?
So I'm a Kikuchi guy. I'm a Kikuchi truther. But the one thing you said that stuck out to me before we even came on was it feels like he sees the Astros more than any team. Like, I don't have any stats in front of me. It feels like he starts against them like 5 times a year. It feels like in my head, because I like him when he faces teams, obviously, without a bunch of good right-handers. And Houston's got a bunch of guys that can hurt him, especially Altuve's back. The lineup looks tough. I do like Kikuchi's stuff, though, and obviously we don't have a line yet. I doubt I have a strong take either way in this game, because obviously I'm a Kikuchi guy. I like the Astros lineup. The Astros came back tonight. They were getting beat up all night. It looks like they're going to win. I mean, they just took a 7-5 lead into the 9th as we're filming this. I don't want to fade the Astros. They're kind of like the Yankees. When they get these bats going, I want to kind of ride the Astros a little bit more than fade them. So we need to see the line, but I doubt I go either way, though, because I like Kikuchi and I like the Astros heating up a little bit. So this will probably be another game I don't have a strong take on.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't have,
what does the dude in the chat mean? TS, San Diego Padres canceled bet. What is canceled?
So the Arizona Diamondbacks did switch their pitcher. Last minute, Taylor Weiner was pulled from starter. I mean, not last minute. It probably happened about an hour before game time. So all our guys from the Run Pure Bet side, they asked me, if their bet was listed pitcher. So if you made the bet with listed pitchers, it would cancel it. If you made it via action, it stayed in, meaning it didn't matter who the starting pitchers were. So our guys from Run Pure Bets obviously messaged me and said, hey, what do you think about it? They switched pitchers. So basically it was a bullpen game for Arizona to start the game. I said, you know what? We're staying. We're the same line. I'm confident in it,
Yeah.
So everyone from our Run Pure Bet side all hit it, but this guy obviously is not a subscriber. So, TS, you got to get on the money team, man. I don't know what you're doing, buddy.
And I don't know about you. You're obviously the professional, the better of the two. I mean, I do well, but you're the one that picks all the winners. Whenever it's 2 crappy pitchers, I mean, by crappy, I mean not like a stud, like an ace. I always click action. Like, I don't know if that's right or wrong. But with these teams, I mean, these pitchers tonight, I didn't care who pitched. As long as it wasn't an ace, I'm clicking action because I want it locked in. The line's really not going to change that much for me. Do you think that's right or wrong with, like, casual bettors?
I would probably prefer to do the listed pitchers just in case, like, it went the opposite way. And
how can it go opposite, though, like with these pitchers?
If Ryan
I didn't like our pitcher either.
No shit. He only pitched 1 inning and they pulled him out.
Yeah, exactly.
So
how could it go opposite then?
I mean, I guess not in that matchup. But like, say we have Nola going tomorrow, and
that's a stud though. That's my point. Like, when it's not a stud going.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. You're probably right. If it's 2, low level guys where you're just taking the better offense there, you might as well just put, action so it goes through either way. But he said he was doing yard work, missed out. Yeah, all good, buddy. What's up, Tease? Appreciate you for hanging out. All right, next game we got Detroit Tigers, Chicago White Sox. White Sox minus 150, under over set at 8. The game was canceled today, so they are playing a doubleheader. First game, Casey Mize, Carlos Rondon. Mize' rookie season was a disaster last year, 6.99 ERA, 28 in the third innings, almost a walk per inning. And in 4 starts this year, he's given up 5 homers already, 12 earned runs. He pitched good in his first 2 starts, 11 innings, 1 earned. And then polar opposite his last 2, 9 2/3, 11 earned innings. His advanced number is really bad. Rondon has pitched really good so far. Obviously, he threw no. And in 19 innings, he's given up only 1 earned run, 24 Ks. But regression is in store for this guy. And the Tigers have pretty good numbers versus him in 66 at-bats. They own a .399 weighted on-base percentage, and he has a .744 FIP versus Tigers team. The Tigers bullpen is one of the worst in baseball, if not the worst. But I do think the Tigers get some runs here. So my lean would definitely be Tigers team total over. They've been sneaky with these team total overs where they're hanging them at 3, 3.5 for this team, possibly 3, and they've been sneakily, especially recently, getting over that number. And Rondon is definitely going to regress. His advanced numbers the last 3 years, when I go for the advanced numbers, I just pull up the last 3 years. I run a chart with I type in all the starting pitchers and get all their advanced numbers. And I have the sheet up right here. Rondon is literally the 3rd worst in advanced numbers on starting pitchers going tomorrow. Kyle Wright, who I'm not even sure is starting, but for Atlanta is worse. And Casey Mize, the other guy going in this game. And then it's Carlos Rondon, the 3rd worst pitcher on the slate for tomorrow. So obviously he's pitched good. He'll probably still pitch decent, but say the Tigers get 2 off him, 1 off the bullpen, Tigers get 3 off of him. The number is going to probably be set at 3. If you can get the Tigers team total at 3, I'm definitely a fan of that one. What do you think about this, Big T?
Yeah, I agree. And so we're for sure these pitching matchups for the 2 games tomorrow. Is the other one going to be Boyd and Cease or whatever?
The other one looks like, Cease versus Boyd.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. Rodon has always been a talented guy that he always seems to crumble, walks a bunch of guys. I do think, I don't know, his stuff has impressed me at times, but he just hasn't shown the consistency. I don't know. I hate to take the cop out, but I'm just going to ride with you. You know how to pick the winners. If I have a strong take, I'll hop in there. But this isn't a game that I'm going to have a super strong take with, so I'm just going to ride with the dude that picks the winners, which is why I love having Joey work on the team because that's what he does.
Yeah, so, he has a good BABIP the last 3 years, but left on he's leaving 75% of people on base. Like, that's just a luck number somewhat,
He's got, some nasty stuff, though, when he gets it going. He does. Throws that juicy stuff in there.
Yeah, and the Tigers don't particularly hit lefties well. I just think this is a good spot because regression, everybody's going to be on the White Sox tomorrow. So
everyone's going to be. Tonight he was going to be a popular pitcher before the weather.
Yeah, so if you're going to bet the game, I would probably just wait because that number is going to go – you're going to get the best number right before the game on this one. And with more people betting the White Sox, even the team total will adjust accordingly. So if you can get a 3 tomorrow before game time, I'm all over that.
I don't hate that either because I kind of sneakily like the Tigers lineup a little bit again. I know their numbers say they're terrible against lefties, but you look at the lineup, I like it more than the numbers say. They got some guys that historically have been pretty good against lefties. So I know the numbers are going to disagree. And again, I'm not a numbers guy, so I'm more of a feel. I watch all the games. I got all the games on right now. I'm more of a feel guy. I think the lineup is better than the numbers, which means we might have a good number here.
I hear you. My futures bet Royals to win the AL Central looking good. My guy
looking
Jason,
tasty.
My guy Jason tuned into those MLB preview videos. That's right, plus 4,000.
You were heavy on Oakland too, right?
Oh yeah, Oakland to win the division plus 175. I gave that out official, but I also gave out Royals. I should have put that thing on the sheet. Royals to win the division plus 4,000.
Yeah.
That number's down to like plus 600 already, and it's 20 games in.
Are just ridiculous though. Like that's my type of bet. Like just a big odds. Yeah, maybe you don't win it. Maybe you do win it, but this is the price. The price is not right. They should never have been that price. They brought in some guys. The lineup was way better. It was just a good bet. That's where the value is. Those plus 4,000s, you don't need to hit that many of them. You hit a couple of them and your whole year's covered.
Yep, that's what I said. I said put a half unit on it. If you lose the half unit, you lose a half unit. If you win, you win 20 units.
Those are the ones you just literally forget about. You put it in, you pretend it was a loser, you get the value, and if it hits, it hits. It's like a bonus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so next game we got is Cubs-Braves. Albert Alazay, and then to be determined for the Braves, I'm thinking it's looking like Kyle Wright, but I also don't have a – is that who you have as well, or do you have Josh Tomlin?
I think it will be, yeah. I mean, it's going to be ugly, whoever it is.
Yeah, Kyle Wright or Josh Tomlin probably. I don't have a line because obviously they're waiting for the Braves to name their starter. But if Kyle Wright does start, I'm going to take the Cubs, probably team total over as well. Kyle's advanced numbers really bad last 3 years. Works SFIP, XFIP, FIP, Sierra of all starters tomorrow, all over 5.5. His FIP is almost at 7. ERA is over 6. He's had one other appearance this year, and it was versus Cubs team, 4 1/3, 2 earned runs. He walked 2 batters and hit 4 people. So the people were on base. The Cubs just couldn't cash in. And seeing him a second time around, I think the Cubs can definitely get to him. Cubs starter Adbert has pitched 3 games this year versus the same team, all 3 games, the Milwaukee Brewers. He has struggled, 5.40 ERA, but his advanced numbers the last 3 years show that he's definitely better than that. He has a low 4 FIP, low 4 Sierra. So I think he is definitely due to pitch better. And obviously he's not facing the same team for the 4th time this year. So he's getting to see some new bats. Obviously, Atlanta Penn is bad. They have been bottom 10 in advanced numbers so far this year. But so far, I'm definitely interested in the Cubs team total over tomorrow. More than likely, you can probably get that at a 4 or 4.5, depending on when the line comes out or what number the total comes out at. But you have any looks in this game, Big T?
I mean, yeah, I like that. And the Braves are another team similar to the Yankees that we were talking about, where they got the sticks going a little bit. Freddie hit a bomb. Acuna's obviously been awesome all year. Some of the other guys, Ozuna, I think hit a bomb tonight in the first inning. He got it going. Atlanta's another team. You got to pay attention to these hot streaks. I'm telling you, in baseball, I've printed money for many, many years now playing these hot streaks. When these teams like this get hot, you got to ride them a little bit. I think we see offense in this game. I mean, both these pitchers are going to suck. I mean, we think it's right, no matter who it is. Neither pitcher is going to be any good. Both offenses have got it going. The Cubs started super slow, then they got hot. They've been a little cold the last couple of days, but they got it too. I definitely think they score some runs. I like runs in this game. We don't have an official line, but I think this game could see a ton of runs tomorrow night, especially like in DFS. I'm going to load this game up, so I'm definitely with you with the over here.
Yeah, it's definitely a good look. I know there was a lot of runs scored tonight. I'm pretty sure Anthony Rizzo was on the hill. He even got to throw some pitches tonight because they were getting spanked. But, that's definitely a good look. There should be definitely runs from both teams in that game. So, next game, Dodgers-Brewers. Dodgers minus 150, under over set at 7.5. Trevor Bauer versus Lauer going for his first star. Bauer versus Lauer here. His first star from Milwaukee. Bauer's been good. Obviously, he gets a down somewhat Brewers offense. He's pitched 32 innings so far, 9 earned runs. And in those 9 earned runs, he's given up 6 homers. But he has 45 strikeouts, so almost over a strikeout per inning. Lauer gets his first start here. He did get called up to the bigs. His advanced numbers are better than the surface ones, but he always struggles with his command. And I hate backing guys that can't find the strike zone. He does have good numbers versus this Dodgers team. 215 weighted on base percentage in 91 at bats, 1.93 ERA as well. So Bauer has good numbers versus the Brewers too. 2.62 WOBA in 116 at bats. I probably, at 150, that's a cheap price. Obviously, the Dodgers are traveling tonight, going into the game tomorrow in Milwaukee. So that has definitely an effect on this line. I'm probably off this game with a lean towards the Dodgers. You have any look in this game, Big T?
I'm a Bauer truther too. I freaking love Bauer.
Yeah.
And he's going against a lineup that I don't respect much. Like, honestly, I just could never not take the Dodgers in this spot. And the line's probably going to be crazy. I mean, they're in Milwaukee, but they're going to be, minus 250 or something?
They're minus 150 right now.
Oh, you got it? It's only 150? I don't have a line on right now on it. If they're only 150, you don't like the Dodgers at 150?
No, that's definitely the side. If I had to pick a
Why
side,
is it so low?
The Dodgers. They're on a travel day. Milwaukee didn't play today. That's got to be somewhat have to do with it. A lefty going for.
I'm definitely I'm on the Dodgers. Minus 150. It looks like a little bit of a fisherman bet, but I'm on the Dodgers. I'll just take my chances. Like if I lose with Bauer at 150 versus Milwaukee, I'm okay with it. I'll just move on to the next bet.
Yeah, sometimes the fisherman bet, they look good and they really are.
And they are just good. That's what I mean. This was always my problem. And since we've started Run Pure Sports and Run Pure Bets and stuff, I've been profitable with sports betting. But before that, I would always just bet the other side of the fisherman. I'd always bet Milwaukee here. Like always, just no matter what, I would bet the sharp side or whatever you want to call it. And I just wouldn't win in the long term because you can't bet the sharp side or the square side all times or you're going to lose money. It's just the facts. In spots like this, I've done better with there's no reason. Like, why would you bet Milwaukee outside of just saying it's a fisherman? It looks too good to be true. If it's 150, just bet the Dodgers. If you lose, you lose.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. It's Dodgers are pass for me here. I don't care if the Sharps, whatever side they're on. I'm not backing Eric Lauer over Trevor Bauer.
No, I thought the line would be 250. So 150.
It's 150 right now at 11:45. When
I'm going to bet it right now too.
When I wake up, it's going to be like 180. People are going to hit the Dodgers. The public's going to hit the Dodgers, and then the fish or the Sharps will come back in on Milwaukee, but.
There's this freaking dude on Twitter, not to change the subject, but we got the – I hate when people do this. There's this dude, such a joke, he says, talking about my core plays on FanDuel. I have freaking 150 teams. He sees my team that's in fifth, I guess. It doesn't have 3 of my core plays. I put 150 teams, dude. His name's PGA Things, Paul, 77. You're probably not watching this because you're whining like a little bitch on Twitter, but I have 150 teams. Like I have my core plays are my main team. If you look at my team in the $1,000 and the $555, I guarantee it's got my core plays because it does every freaking day. But in the small $7 tournament, I have 150 teams. They're not going to all have all my core plays on it. That's not how it works. Freaking Paul PGA Thing 77. And then I tried to respond to his tweet to call him out and call him a little bitch because that's what I do. And he must have deleted the tweet because he knew he was being stupid. And I can't respond to it. So, Paul, at least you deleted it. I was going to call you out and I was going to make fun of you. But I'm glad you deleted it and understood what you said was stupid.
Yeah, he took it back real fast.
Yeah. I'm the most transparent person, like win, lose, or draw. Like tonight, plenty of the plays could have been wrong in the core plays. But I put my plays up that I use, and that's just what it is. Like there's nothing misleading about it. For the last year, we've almost been open a year now. I always put the plays up that I play. Like it is what it is. Don't think why do people always think they're getting cheated, Joey? Like I don't get it. Like why is there always a conspiracy? Why can't we just be good people?
People just like to bitch, no matter what it is. Like they have a bad day, they're taking it out on you. You
want to know the best part? When he screenshots the FanDuel, like the my team in 6th place, where he's like claiming his point, it says at the bottom, account balance 0.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, dude, your account's 0.
That's exactly. Yeah. Oh man, that's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, I got my boy Corey fighting in Bellator. He's got all
these. We got to get that Run Pure logo on his trunk.
Yeah, we do. He's about to win the Bellator belt. We got all these people going at him, right? So he puts a tweet out last week saying, I fought for the UFC for 7 years, like 14 fights. I made double the amount of money in 2 fights at Bellator.
I saw you retweeted that tweet. Yeah.
All right. So back to baseball. Next game, Red Sox Rangers. Martin Perez, Kyle Gibson. Boston's the favorite minus 130. Under over set at 8.5. Martin Perez is coming over from Texas. Not somebody I'm really high on. Lefty, 5.71 ERA this year, 17 and a third innings. He has 9 walks as well. His last 3 years, 5.13 ERA, 4.96 FIP. That's not really scaring anybody. I know the Rangers don't hit lefties particularly well, but Martin is very susceptible. And Kyle Gibson going for the Rangers. He's pitched very impressive this year. He's only allowed more than 1 run in 1 of his 5 starts, and that was the opening day fiasco in which he pitched. He got 1 out, gave up 5 earned runs, and they yanked him. Since then, he's pitched 27 innings, 2 total earned runs, 21 strikeouts. The guy pounds the zone, limits hard contact. His advanced numbers are really good as well. This is, again, a game I'd rather not see the bullpens because anything could happen. As you guys, if you watch the show a lot, a lot of my bets are sticking to first 5, keep out of the volatility of the bullpen. And the Rangers bullpen is really bad. Red Sox, anything. They're better this year, but last year they were really bad. So anything could happen there. So I'm going to take a chance here. Give me the Rangers first 5 money line plus 115. You got any look on this game?
I'm definitely not like a Kyle Gibson fan, but I mean, Martin Perez, he's always been the guy that I just think sucks more than people. But he throws these freaking junk pitches in there that just never feels like he gets hit. One of the things, I just don't like Texas against lefties, and I'm nervous about it, but I do think that Kyle Gibson is a better pitcher than Perez. Overall, he's looked good this year, like you said. Great start. I know DC on the DFS side has been touting him up, had a big night with him. So I like the price. Like the price on Texas definitely speaks to a good play. So I'll ride with you. I'll go with Texas. I do hate this Perez, though. I always think he's going to get shelled, and it just never happens for whatever reason. It feels like he's one of those guys that does it with mirrors. I don't think he's very talented at all, but he always beats me somehow. But I'm riding with you on Texas here. Yeah,
he does. You're right. He somewhat limits hard contact, I guess you could say, when he's on. But, he doesn't have an overpowering fastball, and he's just got to beat you by swinging out of the zone. Obviously, that happens a lot in MLB. But, I gotta take the better starter here. Even if Texas, this is what I did last week too. I took Texas at probably about plus 140 first 5 versus the Angels, and they tied after 5. They couldn't get with 0-0 after 5. So I was kind of upset that I just didn't stick with the under, but I'm definitely not betting under with Martin Perez on the hill. Yeah. And obviously Kyle Gibson, anything could happen. He could get shelled in a start too. So, all right. So next game, last game of the night, Colorado, Arizona, Sensatella versus Luke Weaver. Sensatella, he is what it is. I thought he was going to be pitched a little better. Obviously, he pitches in Coors Field half his game, so it is what it is. But he has a 5.76 ERA this year in 24 1/3 innings. He's given up 4 homers. He's walked 8 people. Luke Weaver has pitched actually pretty good this year, and coming into this year, his numbers were down. This has probably been his best year to date, throwing out 2019, in which he was really good. But this year in 21 2/3 innings, 4.57 ERA. He's only walked 5 people with 19 strikeouts. So his strikeout rate is up as well. The last 2 times out, he has pitched on the road 3 to 4 times. 1 game at home, he pitched a shutout versus Cincinnati, 7 innings, 1 hit ball, and 8 strikeouts. Obviously, this game's back at home. And his road home splits are somewhat of the same. A guy that likes to pitch better, likes to pitch at home. But overall, his career numbers, nothing really to write home about. His advanced numbers, Sensatella's advanced numbers are worse than Luke Weaver's for sure, but he still has a high 4 xFIP, high 4 Sierra. Sensatella obviously pitches in Coors Field, so you got to take that somewhat into effect. With that being said, I do think Arizona's offense is better, but I'm seeing minus 150 for Arizona. I'm not really interested in that. I don't want to lay that number. And first 5, still you got to lay a half run to get it down to even money. That might be the look. You maybe take the D-backs first 5, but I have no official play in this game. What do you think? I'm gonna take Arizona. Sensatella sucks. Colorado is awful. I just don't like Colorado. I know 150 feels heavy with a guy like Weaver, but he's actually started the year somewhat decent. He hasn't been great.
At times in the past, too, he's been kind of a strikeout guy here and there, and then he's awful a start later or something. But I'm going to go with Arizona. I just think Colorado's that bad. And sometimes with teams like Arizona, when the price feels a little high, I like it more. And I just think Arizona's a better team. So I'm just going to trust it and go with Arizona. I just think it's a pretty safe play, even though the price looks a little heavy at 150. So give me Arizona.
Yeah, I hear you there. If I had to choose a side, it would definitely be Arizona. So I do like to play there. All right, so the last game is the doubleheader. So it is Detroit Tigers, Chicago White Sox, Matthew Boyd versus Dylan Cease. As I said, I take the Tigers team total over. So that was only a 7-inning game. So that number is probably in the first game is probably even lower. You could probably get that at 2.5 versus Carlos Rendon, which is even better. This one, Matthew Boyd is obviously the best starter for this Detroit team, and he has faced the White Sox a lot. 150 at bats, 271 weighted on base percentage they have, which is pretty good. 3.61 FIP. Exit velocity is in the low 80s, so that's very good as well. Dylan Cease, a guy that struggles to throw strikes. His numbers versus Tigers team, again, not very good. Almost a 500 slugging percentage they have against them, 576 FIP, 315 average, almost 360, almost 400 waiting on base percentage. So both these guys seen a lot of each other. Dylan Cease is not a guy I like to trust. Maybe you just go back to either take the Tigers team to over, or even take the Tigers at a dog price. Obviously, Matthew Boyd is the best starter here. The White Sox, anything could happen with the White Sox. They could put up 10 easily. But you got to, the team is not going to win 100. They're playing 182 games, not going to win 182 games. So you got to find the spots to fade them, and maybe this is a spot. But no official play here. What do you think about the other second game of the doubleheader here?
Yeah, I mean, so another thing I like to do when I feel like the Tigers are a decent price in both games, this is probably stupid to do, but it's one of the things I do. I don't mind just playing the Tigers in both games and just hope to win one of them. Like, maybe they win both. They easily could at these prices. I don't think the White Sox deserve to be minus 155 against Detroit has the better pitcher, in my opinion, in this game. The lineup is obviously better from Chicago, but I don't know. Like, Boyd has been pretty good to start the year, and I'll just take the dog. I'll probably take Detroit in both of these doubleheader games. And like I said, hope to win one. Maybe you win both at a decent price. So give me Detroit.
Yeah, I do like that. I did do that last year a couple times. I've done that once this year. I took Boston on the doubleheader as a dog both games, and they won both games. So,
it easily could happen.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you need them. You bet one unit as they're a dog both games. You bet one unit on those. Worst comes to worst, you lose 2 units. If they win one game, you're winning money. So I do like to do that in these doubleheaders, 7-inning doubleheaders. You obviously have to pick the spots, but yeah, you're totally right. All right, so that is the whole card. For me, I'm gonna go best bets: Yankees minus 1.5. That's at minus 110. Phillies, Cardinals, first 5 under 4, minus 115. Rangers, first 5 money line, plus 115. Those are my 3 best bets. Tony, got any best bets you want to give out? Or
besides the ones you're going with, I'm going to bet those because Joey Work picks winners. Like he said, he's like 15-3 on the YouTube free plays. My plays, I'm going to go with Arizona for sure on top of what he's playing. And like I said, I'm going to bet Detroit in both games. So I'm going to play what he played plus those. Detroit both games. I might even do just a half unit. I know I make fun of the half unit, but say you're a $100 better, put 50 on both Detroit games. Who knows what happens? And then I'm going to put 1 unit on Arizona for sure.
All right, cool. Well, everybody hit the like button before you bounce. Great time to sign up if you aren't. The bet side, we're up 30 units in April alone. JJ, myself, Kegger, Tyler, Spread, HTP, 30 units this month alone. So I will be back Friday with the UFC fighter. I'm not exactly sure which UFC fighter yet, but probably 5 p.m. Eastern time with the UFC fighter. Then Sunday, me, JJ, and Holden breaking down more baseball games. Obviously, there'll be plenty of content there on in between. Spread will be live every day and whatnot. There'll be plenty of content on the on this channel. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Follow us on Twitter at RunPureBets. Follow me on Twitter at Joey Work. Big T, got anything to say before we get out of here?
No, I mean, there's no reason not to sign up for Run Pure Sports. Both sides. $100 get you the whole site. I said it on all the other shows, but even if you don't bet, even if you don't play DFS, the other side of the site is going to help you. Say you're just a bettor. You're watching Joey Work. You love the bettors. There's nothing you can't gain from listening to JSU and Hoop break down these games in DFS to help you bet. I mean, who knows what they say? It could help you. Same thing the opposite way. There's nothing the bets team's not going to help you with that will make you a better DFS player. It's the perfect combination. I've never been like an incredible sports bettor. I've been very successful DFS-wise. But since these guys have come on, I try to soak in everything Joey Work says, everything Keg says, everything Spread says. And you know what? I look at the sheet. I'm up 100 units or something since I've started betting. That's a fact. Everything I've bet, I'm up over 100 units betting just because of these guys. No reason not to sign up.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we appreciate you guys for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow. Obviously, Tony's freaking busy, man. He's on the show all the time, so make sure to subscribe to Run Pure Sports YouTube channel as well. But that's it for tonight. We're out of here. Peace.